Okay, so if you're getting ready for the IELTS test, you have definitely seen the online panic. All these videos and posts screaming about huge changes coming in 2026. It's a lot of confusion, a lot of stress. So let's just cut through all of that noise together.
This is it, right? This is the one question that's causing so much anxiety for so many people. Are the questions different? Is the listening test suddenly way harder? In this explainer, we're going to use the actual facts to give you a clear, honest answer. And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It really captures what's going on. It feels like this overwhelming wave of information, but trust me, we're going to sort through it and figure out what's real and what's just noise. So before we can even start busting these myths, we have to understand where they're even coming from. It's so important to know who to listen to and, maybe more importantly, who to just completely ignore. Okay, so look at this. On one side, you have the rumors. And where do they come from? They come from hunches, from feelings, from old books. But on the other side, you have the official sources. These are the only ones that actually matter. IDP, the British Council, and Cambridge. Here's the rule. If they haven't announced it, it's not a real change, period.
All right, let's dig into the reading test first, because this is where some of the wildest rumors are flying around. We're going to break them down one by one. You've probably heard this one, right? Someone says, oh, you'll never see this kind of question anymore. Or, hey, this question type is showing up all the time now. And here is the fundamental problem with that. To say for a fact that the frequency has changed, you would need data from thousands and thousands of tests all over the world. Nobody has that data, not a single YouTuber, not a single teacher. So what they're giving you is a hunch, it's a feeling, and you really shouldn't be basing your entire study plan on someone else's guess. Okay, this next one is designed to create a little fear. It's the idea that the test is somehow getting trickier, that it's harder to just follow along and find the answers in order. But the reality is, this isn't a change. The IELTS reading test has always done this. Some question types, like multiple choice, yeah, they usually follow the order of the passage. But other types, like matching headings, have never followed the order. The test is designed to assess different skills, and that basic structure hasn't changed at all. And here's the funny thing. You'll see one video that says the answers are more scattered now, trying to scare you. And then you'll see another one saying, no, they're more organized, trying to give you false hope. I mean, they can't both be right, can they? And that right there tells you everything you need to know. This isn't really about giving you accurate information. It's about getting your click. Fear gets clicks, false hope gets clicks. The truth about the reading test, it's the same challenging test it's always been. So that's the reading section. But you know what? This same pattern of misinformation, it pops up across every other part of the test too. This one is super popular. And the logic kind of seems to make sense at first. Why would they test map skills when we all have GPS in our pockets? But that's just a complete misunderstanding of how these huge official tests are made. The people at Cambridge aren't looking at the App Store for inspiration. It's a super rigorous scientific process that takes years to develop and validate a question type. The real danger here is that a student hears maps are rare, and that translates in their mind to, I don't need to prepare for maps. And then what happens on test day if a map question shows up? Total panic. It can throw off your whole performance. And here's another classic fear-based rumor. This idea that the test is suddenly being filled with all these new, really strong and hard to understand accents. But again, this is not new information. IELTS has always used a variety of accents: British, American, Australian, and others. Why? Because that's what English sounds like in the real world. The goal isn't to trick you with some impossible accent. It's to see if you can understand English as it's actually spoken around the globe. And we see the exact same logic with writing and speaking. The myth that only opinion essays are common now, that's just dangerous because it leads people to ignore the other essay types. And the idea that you can predict speaking topics for a certain month? That encourages people to memorize answers, which is the one thing examiners are specifically trained to spot and penalize. It's the absolute fastest way to get a lower score. So after all that myth-busting, you might be thinking, okay, so literally nothing has changed. Well, that's not quite right. There is one change that is absolutely crucial for you to make. Let's just be 100% clear on this. The test format, the question types, the skills they're looking for, none of that has changed. There have been zero official announcements suggesting any of it will. So, If the test isn't the thing that's changing, what is? What is the one thing that really has to be different for you to get the score you want? It's you. It's your approach. The only real change that needs to happen is a shift in your mindset. You have to stop chasing these rumors, stop looking for little tricks and shortcuts, and stop trying to predict the test. IELTS doesn't reward tricks, it rewards real, solid, foundational English skills. So let's put this all together into a clear, simple path forward. This is the strategy that actually gets results. Here it is, your 4-step plan. Step 1, just stop chasing the rumors, unsubscribe from the noise. Step 2, only trust the official sources we talked about. Step 3, focus all of that time and energy on what really matters, improving your actual English. And finally, step 4, prepare for everything. Master a strategy for every single question type, even the ones that people say are rare. So I'll leave you with this one final thought to really think about. Are you preparing for a test, or are you preparing your English? Because when you truly focus on your English, you'll be ready for absolutely anything the test can throw you, no matter what the rumors say.